Welcome to Ken Reviews. I'm Ken, Mr. I'm gonna watch it, so you don't have to. And this is the review for Dune, Part 2.
You've been fighting the Harkonnens for decades.
Look!
My family's been fighting them for centuries.
Your blood comes from dukes and great houses. Here, we're equal. What we do for the benefit of all.
Well, I'd very much like to be equal to you.
Maybe I'll show you the way.
Deal with this prophet. Send assassins.
Fade Rother. He's psychotic.
We return to the dirty, dusty, sandy world of Dune in this sequel. And don't worry, we're gonna dive in. We pick up exactly where the original left off, following Paul Atreides with Shani and the Freeman. Fremen? I think it's Fremen, I can't remember. Seeking revenge against the conspirators who destroyed his family. This time around, there's a lot going on in this 2-hour, 46 runtime of a movie. A super star-studded cast with top-notch talent everywhere you look, who all delivered, even with their big and little allocated screen times. Timothée Chalamet brings the big chops. The guy is just rising and rising and rising. Warner Brothers, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but you see this guy? He needs to be in the front of whatever you have planned for DC. I know you've called Superman or whoever, blah, blah, blah. But this guy needs to be that. He needs to be your Tom Holland. That's what you need him for. Put Timo versus Holland as the next 3 years battle, Marvel versus DC. Let's go! Zendaya was amazing as Shani. She provided heart and at the same time provided a special grit. All of her scenes, she just felt powerful. Like her stance and what she stands for just always shone through every line in all her scenes. She was never a damsel in distress, even though there were some scenes where she's in danger. And even in those scenes, she put in mad work. She did really well. Austin Butler, my MVP, playing Fade Rother. He was so menacing, yeah? Before this guy even speaks, just his look, the aesthetics, and that's before he even says a word. And you see, when he did speak,
Villain.
absolutely great performance. And as I mentioned, star-studded. You had Javier Bardem providing comic relief, Josh Brolin, Rebecca Ferguson, Batista, Florence Pugh, Christopher Walken, Leah Seydoux, Roger Wan, and that's not even everyone. Do you get where I'm coming from here? I could actually go on. And performances were just all round very good. The visuals here are flawless. Shooting took place in Hungary, Abu Dhabi, and I believe Jordan. And for those reasons, the essence of the desert was really, really felt here. However, the key to Dune's prominence is the audio. Yes, Hans Zimmer delivers with his scores for the film, but that's not what I'm talking about when I say audio here. So some context. Yes, I watched it on a super screen at Cineworld, but even from the first film, the sounds of hits, punches, explosions, down to the grains of the sand just going across the ground. Oof, it just feels so empowering. Everything is just emphasized sound-wise. And you can see that wherever Dolby Digital, blah, 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 they used, there was a big investment in there. In this film, closer to the end, there is a fight scene where there's no music. It's just blocks, punches, slices, swords clanging. And it's like the use of no sound emphasized the beauty of the sound. You have to see it to know what I'm talking about. Or I mean, you need to hear it to know what I'm talking about. It's so dynamic. Action choreography comes through again at a high quality, like the first film. And the shock of the film for me was Zendaya. She actually put in work, like she looked like a warrior. Mixed in with the CGI, but for her practical bits, very, very impressive. It's all so smooth and so clean and so well done. The setting, the planet, Arrakis. Denis Villeneuve does a great job turning this planet into its own character. Clouded in so much mystery, we don't even know much about it and we're already 2 films in. But that same mystery pushes you to want to know more. So we know it has the richest mineral, which is spice, which is also surrounded by the most dangerous apex predator, the sandworms. And all we want to do is see more. In this film, there's a mention of trapped spiders and all sorts. So please, more Fremen, more Arrakis. LucasArts needs to wake up.
Wake up. I said wake the fuck up. Sleepy time's over, little motherfucker. Let's go.
The trajectory of this franchise just feels like an all-out attack on Star Wars. Yes, I said it. Fight me. Come fight me. Fight me in the comments. There's so many pieces here that we're still left wanting it all to come full circle. You have the political drama of all the houses fighting to rise above the other, trying to have the overall power. You have an epic action masterpiece with incredible combat scenes, from the stealth attack scenes to the big blockbuster Lord of the Rings-esque type of war battles. And in all of this, for me, it's the fact that most of the fighting is all done via sword fighting. And it just looks amazing. It's so medieval, but it's in space, but in the desert, yet with spaceships. My head's gone, man. Then underneath this fantastical universe, we have this undertone of mystical, spiritual prophecies. So much was happening in between all of this. I couldn't tell what was real
or what was just my imagination.
And we don't care. We loved it. Now, the lore of Dune runs really deep. Check this. We are now 2 movies in to this whole reboot, and we've only had an insight into 4 of the houses out of 157. We are not only here for a good time, we are here for a long time. Watching Paul's journey from a little runaway kid to a full-blown warrior leader is a treat. Everything is over-dramatized, and I mean that in the most positive way. As he's building up the ranks, learning how to fight, learning how to traverse the sand. It's a growing up story, so to speak, watching a boy turn into a man. And to some, maybe turning into a god, I think. The build up to the worm surfing, riding, whatever you want to call it, was so tense and so rewarding. It was so well put together where, because that's how the last film ended, when you start this film, you just want to see, how does this all play out? And then before you know it, it becomes second nature. And every time they were on screen, you just want to see more. Very well put together. We even get a scene to understand their origins or how they grow up into what they do eventually become. Brilliant. Now let's talk Butler, because I've got to give bro some screen time. Batista, villain of the first film, took a back seat so bro could rise. My brother came bold, no eyebrows, pale white skin, and this guy's performance was captivating. He made the perfect nemesis for Timo's heroic Paul. Every scene he was in, you just wanted to see more. You wanted to see what he'll do next, because my man was so unpredictable, so unruly, vicious, sinister. He was the star of the film for me, like hands down. A really big epic finale where there was loads of points where I thought, oh, they're gonna end the film here, aren't they? But then it just kept going, and it gave us more than enough to hold on to until that sequel was greenlit, hopefully. But with the twists and turns, the story's left wide open with loads of possibilities for expansions, sequels, prequels, and all of that. It's a must watch, and if you can, do the IMAX, do the Cineworld Super Screen. Just feel that energy, that sound. It's a must. And as Nike says, just do it. Do you feel we need a third installment? Don't answer, I'll answer.
Yes! Hell yeah!
Who was your favorite character in this sequel? Where do you see the story going? Are we gonna have Zendaya versus Florence? What team are you gonna be on? And just like the spaceships that land down in Arrakis, dust off your subscribe button. Hit it. If you're enjoying these reviews, continue to like, comment. Let's get dusty.